Hello, everybody. Good morning. This is Vidisha Vitlani, and I welcome you back to Aussie's group. And again, it's a Saturday morning, and we're back together with our ritual, which is one of the most exciting things that I find during my week. So, thank you so much for being there with me. And again, as you know, that now that the exams are coming up, we have to take like a leap and prepare in full form as much as we can, right? So that's what we are going to do. Now, today's section is all about speaking and the cue cards that we are going to do. And hence, that's what I'm going to focus on. So, firstly, I want to teach you how do you explain the cue cards, and then I'll give you a sample on it. It's going to be a very quick, small session, so please pay attention to it. So, let's do this. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make sure that you know the format well. So about the format, the speaking exam starts with a set of introduction questions. Like firstly, the speaking exam, if you all know, is a one-to-one interview, like the one you appear for your college or for your, job interview, that kinds, right? So it begins with an introduction set of questions. Now, what are these introduction set of questions? An introduction set of questions is basically when you're being asked questions about yourself, like what is your name, where do you come from, what do you do, what are your hobbies, and stuff like that. Now, how do you answer those introduction questions is another important part here. When you're answering the introduction questions, it is important for you to realize that you have to make sure that you are paraphrasing the question and you're not answering the questions in one word. So, for example, if somebody is asking you that do you like reading books, you cannot say yes, I like reading books. No, definitely that's not going to be wrong, but rather a better paraphrased version would be great, like something like undoubtedly I'm very fond of reading books and they make me very happy, right? Or they're a great source of learning. So make sure that whenever you're answering the introduction questions, they are paraphrased properly and they're answered in like proper length. Now see, what is the length of the introduction questions? A lot of people have asked me that introduction questions is supposed to be shorter, cue card questions is supposed to be longer. See, I'll tell you, an answer needs to be complete. When you're answering something, like let's say you ask me something, I'm not going to say that, okay, I want to give a long answer or I want to give a short answer. What I am really focused on is whether the answer is complete or not. That is something that I'm focused on. I'm focused on whether the answer is correct or not. Now, in IELTS, there is this another thing that there are no correct answers. Like, if you ask me, do you like books? And if I say that not literally, I prefer movies over books because I find books very boring and they take a long time to be read completely. So the examiner is not supposed to judge you that okay, this particular candidate does not like books, so let me just not give them good marks. So that's not what they're going to do. So please be very careful with this, that in IELTS introduction, cue card, or the counter question, you are not judged upon your thoughts, you're not judged upon your viewpoints nor your perceptions. You are judged on only one thing, and that is your way of speaking, what you've spoken, and whether it's relevant or not, right? So that's about the introduction questions. Coming on to the cue cards. Now, what are cue cards? Cue cards is basically a topic that will be given to you, and that topic you have to speak on for 2 minutes. Now, how do you do that? Before, when you're giving that topic, you have 1 minute to prepare for that topic. You have 1 minute to make sure that you've studied well for the topic, right? So, that is that time where you actually brainstorm. Now make sure that you're not pre-preparing the topics in advance, because that will show that you've mugged up, which obviously we don't want. So make sure that you're not preparing a lot in advance because it's not needed. What I do is I follow 3 strategies. I create a flow chart before I speak so I can look up to that flow chart and talk. It's easier for me that way. The next thing what I do is I answer WH questions like when, where, how, why, which, things like that. And the next thing I do is I micro plan things, like I add on like a lot of minor details. So when I do that, what really happens is that when I speak, I have completed my 2 minutes very easily. Let's take up a topic, and let's take up a topic from recently asked Q cards. I'll show you how it's done. Tell me what topic do you want me to take. Post it in the comment section if there is some topic that you want me to speak on. Otherwise, I'll select a topic on my own. If you want me to speak on a topic, please post it in the comment section. We're doing the Q cards right now. You can definitely give me a topic. So, I'll pick up a topic. The topic is describe a family that you are really fond of. Okay. How do you know them? Since when you know them? And why are you fond of them? Now, whenever you're answering a cue card, you have to understand that you cannot ignore those three questions which are there. You have to take those three questions into consideration, right? So I'm going to take those questions into consideration and start topic speaking on a topic for 2 minutes. Okay, so let's begin. A family that I am really fond of is that of my friends, and basically they are just a very nuclear family. It's his mom, dad, and him living together. So that is why I really like this family, because it's a very, I can say, a very nuclear family. At the same time, it's tight knit. In the family, uncle is a builder and auntie has been a teacher since 20 years. What I like about this family is the liberal ideas they have. Like, uncle and auntie belong to a very traditional orthodox family, but what values they imparted to their child was something which was very liberal. Like, and to that extent that the child is allowed to make their own choices and live life according to their own, which is something very rare to be found these days. Another thing that I really like about the family is that they literally believe a lot in equality. Both the partners are treated equally and amazingly. Like, their jobs are divided, their duties towards the house are divided, even duties what the son is supposed to follow is clearly divided. So hence there is so much of clarity and there is so much of love. Another thing is that they never lie or never hide anything from each other. So it becomes a very comfortable environment to live in. Like, you can do whatever you want to right there, and there are hardly any barriers. But amidst all things, there's one thing that's not lacking is the respect that they share towards each other. Everybody respects each other and everybody has their own private spaces, and it's a typical modern day liberal family in literal sense and not just as a facade, which is, more or less very common these days. So hence I am typically attracted to this family, and I really like being around them because we can share everything with them, like the joys and sorrows, and still there would be nobody who would be judging us. Now see, that's how I completed my 2 minutes. So I picked up one point and I elaborated. So for example, the first thing I took was I took up the professions. Then what I took up was I took up what they do. Then I took up how they live. So for example, it's respect. I explain that. If it's love, I explain that. If it's freedom, I explain that. So that's what you do. You pick up points and you stretch them. So when you're stretching them, you're not even redundant. Plus, you're providing them a relevant explanation. Malik, you can suggest me a topic. Like, I will definitely be more than happy to pick to speak on it, because I cannot think of a, like, for me every topic is okay or odd. It's neutral for me any which ways. You can definitely post a topic if you want. Till the time I am live, I will speak on it. Right. So about the cue cards, there is one thing that you have to understand, that it looks very simple, that you're supposed to speak on for 2 minutes. But then when you're actually talking, it becomes difficult because you don't know what to stretch, you're getting confused in that time. So you have to make sure that you are, more or less there into it. The next thing after the cue card, again, one more thing, please make sure that you're including all the 3 points in there. It's very, very, very important. The next thing after the cue card comes the counter questions. The counter questions are again relevant because they're the most trickiest part. They're like a long set of questions asking why. And you have to make sure that you're answering all of them. So please make sure that again they're in proper length. Of course, they have to be slightly elaborative. What I'm trying to explain you here is all your answers have to be elaborative. All your answers need to be well explained. If only they're well explained, you're going to get proper marks. Like, for example, if you're talking about family, the same topic, and let's say I have a question: do you prefer joint families or nuclear families? And I would say I definitely prefer nuclear families these days because life is very progressive, and in a joint family, there is so much to do. In fact, family nuclear families who live away from each other are much more closer. So that is something. Again, if I choose a joint family, it's going to be okay. Again, if I give a diplomatic answer, it's going to be okay because it's a speaking. See, in writing, I've always told you that make sure you're picking a stand. Make sure you're actually selecting an option. In speaking, it's okay. You can skip that portion. You can be diplomatic, right? So that's something really important. Again, let me revise it for you. Introduction, cue card, and counter questions. All the three combined together have your 9 bands. It's not that introduction is 3, cue card is 3, and counter question is 3. All the three combined together have 9 bands. Introductions are questions which are asked about yourself. Cue card is a topic which is given to you and you have to speak on that topic for 2 minutes. And counter question is basically questions based on the topic. So before you go for your speaking exam, please make sure that you practice the recently asked cue cards. And if there are any cue cards you have doubt on, please make sure that you post it in the chat box. Hello, thank you so much. I'm really nice. Please post it in the chat box. I'll definitely try to create a video of it or go live next time and speak those topics. I would definitely like to. If at all you have any topics that you want to speak on right now, please post it right now as well. I would definitely do it. There are a lot of cue cards that I have posted. If you go to YouTube and just post cue card pop up on IELTS tutorials channel, that is our channel, you'll definitely find a lot of cue cards that I have done, and do surely refer them. In your speaking, you can obviously use idioms. That's what I'm saying, and it's important that you do so as to improve your lexical resource, right? And I hope this session was useful to you. For any more details, please log into IELTStutorials.online and you'll definitely find a lot of stuff and a lot of mock tests. Plus, at the same time, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, there's idiom pop-up, there's cue card pop-up, and there's vocab pop-up, which will definitely help you. Moreover, I wish you a very happy weekend and I will see you next weekend. Bye, guys.